Hey guys, it's Ethan. Welcome to another video, and today we've taken a trip to Mohegan Sun in Connecticut. As much as I love playing at Boston Billiards, I feel like these videos are going to get a little stale, a little mundane, playing at the same place over and over again. So I'm mixing things up today for the next few videos. I think since I'm taking a quick 2-day trip here, I'll be playing at Mohegan Sun, brand new renovated poker room. So we're going to check this place out and see what the action is all about. If you like me mixing up the locations and trying to keep things fresh and new for you guys, smash that like button. It'd be much appreciated if you did that, so it can help the channel grow and hopefully get the video out to more people. But today, here at Mohegan, and just got here, gonna get settled in and gonna hop into the brand new renovated poker room. Due to COVID, there's only 10 or 11 tables running at a time. So right now on a random Tuesday afternoon, you can see that there are so many people on the wait list already. It's only gonna get bigger, so hopefully we're gonna get down there soon. We're gonna get settled in and head down there and hop into the action. So it should be a good time. We're definitely gonna try to play some 2-5, but probably gonna be playing some 1-2 to start things off. So with that said, let's just get into it, check out the property, and check out the room. We get seated in the 2-5 game, and immediately first hand dealt in, we pick up ace queen off in the cutoff, and action folds to me. Easy standard open to $20, and then we hear some news. When the button folds, small blind puts in the 3-bet to $60. Welcome to the table, I guess. Yeah, I'm just gonna make a standard flat call, as I think 4-betting right now seems like an absolutely crazy start. Let's see a flop heads up. Flop comes Jack 10-5 rainbow. Well, we've got a gutter ball and 2 overcards, so when he throws out a bet of $60, I can go either way. Certainly, I did kind of miss, but folding is boring. We make the call, and we're going to a turn. Turn comes the 5 of hearts, a card that definitely doesn't change anything and doesn't improve us at all. He throws out another bet, and this time sizes up to $200, and now we're just gonna have to fold. Unfortunate for us there. Unfortunate start starting off the session minus 120. We get one of the dealers to tell me that the phone can't be on the felt, so for the next few hands, unfortunately, my phone is positioned on the rail. Apologies for the bad angle, but this time we pick up king 10 of clubs on the button playing 5-handed. There's a under the gun open at $20. I'm just going to make the call with a playable hand. We get the small blind and big blind to call as well, so 4 ways to a flop. Flop comes king, deuce 5, 2 clubs. Action checks to me with top pair and the king high flush draw. I throw out a bet of $55 multi-way, hoping to get some action here. Only the big blind makes the call, and he's pretty short with about like $75 behind. So we're going to a turn. The turn comes the jack of diamonds, and once again he checks. Sticking to the plan here, we're just going to rip it all in, $75 effective with a pretty strong hand and a strong draw. I put them all in, and unfortunately, he is going to be making the fold. This next hand, we have some backstory, as the player to my right just ripped it all in for $550 pre-flop over a $20 open and a call. So we've got some wild things going on here. So the very next hand after that, we look down at aces in the cutoff. And just like that, the player on my right in the hijack opens it up to $25. It's a dream spot against this player, especially when he opened it up to 5x. We put in the 3-bet to $75. It folds all the way back around, and I'm praying, will he rip it all in for a second time in a row? Unfortunately, no. He just makes the call though, so we at least get some action and see a flop. The flop comes king, queen, jack, 2 diamonds. Pretty gross flop, all things considered. He checks in the dark, and onto me, holding the ace of diamonds. I'm just going to check this one back with 1 pair and evaluate a turn. Going to a turn which comes the jack of hearts. This is a perfect card. Not great if we were losing to trip jacks, but if we're up against king, queen, we have the best hand. He checks here for a second time, and certainly feeling more comfortable and confident in our hand. I make a little bit of a misclick and throw out a bet of $30. Was trying to bet 55, but 30 it is, a tiny, tiny bet. But sadly, he actually folds for the $30 bet, saying that he only beats a hand like 6-7. So looks like he had 8 high or something like that. We're just going to take this one down.
All
Back to the normal camera angle, here we go, and picking up a premium pocket fours. This is the best hand ever created. Under the gun, I decided to just open limp and slow play this premium hand. We get the cutoff to raise it up to $25. Action folds to me, and for 20 more, we're certainly going to be seeing a flop with this one. Flop comes 9, 6, 6, 2 diamonds. I check. He throws out a c-bet of $30. How often is he betting here with a flush draw or overpair? Or how often does he actually have an overpair and have us beat? On a paired board, it's not too bad. I decide on a call and evaluate a turn. Turn comes another 6, so we do boat up. Not the best boat in the world, but, still a boat. I check for a second time, and he throws out another bet of $50. All things considered, this is a fairly good turn. Is this a player that can be bluffing with still a flush draw or some sorts? I'm not entirely sure, but I make the call once again facing a small turn bet. Now on the river comes the King of Spades. Really not an ideal card for us. So once again, I check, trying to get the showdown, but he thinks for a while and not great. He throws out another bet, and this time it's $75. Well, I've already torched $100 on this hand so far. So what's another $75 adding to the tab? So I just think about it, and no, I don't call. Just kidding. I fold, and we're going to lose that one. We were probably just a little too sticky with fours this time. Many orbits later, we're card dead, and we look down at 4 or 5 of diamonds in the small blind playing 5-handed. We get the cutoff to limp. Now button raises to $25, who seems to be a very solid player. I've been very quiet, and honestly, I love 3-betting these suited connectors, especially since I haven't been playing many hands. So I decided to size up to $100 here, 4x this 3-bet. After this 3-bet, the cutoff folds, and the button folds as well. So they both fold, and we take down $30. Next, we look down at a pretty hand, pocket kings in under the gun. I open things up to $20, and we're playing, I think, 7-handed or something like that, and we're going to get 4 players to make the call. So 5 ways to a flop out of position, not ideal. The flop comes 7, 5, 4, all clubs. Yeah, this is not an ideal situation to be in. But when action checks to me, I think checking this seems pretty bad. I want to bet pretty small here. I think people's calling ranges is going to be fairly consistent whether I bet big or bet small. So a small bet will keep the pot manageable, especially playing out of position. So I decided to size to $30, really small like I said. The cutoff makes the call, and now the button puts in a raise to $175. Initially, I just really wanted to fold here, but when I look at my hands, I do have the King of Clubs. Not only do we have an overpair, we also have the second nut flush to go along with it. So we can just gamble here sometimes and probably be flipping. Sometimes I'm behind. The button also only has $125 behind this 175, so he's also playing fairly short. So if I were to jam, I can force the cutoff player out. So that's kind of what I decided to do and isolate the button player. So I rip it all in. The cutoff only had about $400-ish behind as well, so it's not really a massive jam anyways. So when I rip it all in, the cutoff thinks about it and folds. The button obviously is going to make an easy call for $300 total, and let's go to a runout. The king on the turn makes me feel pretty good about it, and a brick on the river is fine. I show my hand with top set, and he shows us 7-4 of spades. So for the first big hand we played today, we suck out, of course, but it's nice to have the chips pulled into my direction. Next, picking up 5-6 of spades in the cutoff. There are 2 limpers to me, and in position, let's raise this up to $30. Once again, we don't get any respect from a soul as we get 4 players to make the call, and yeah, another hand going 5 ways to a flop. This time the flop comes King 7-4 2 spades. What a beautiful flop for us. Not only should we have all the King X's or the strong King X's in our range, we also have the combo draw as well. So when action checks to me, I put in a larger c-bet to $115. We're sitting with 6 high with no showdown. We want to maximize fold equity or, just get stacks in as well, which I'm okay with. With this bet, only the big blind makes the call. He also has a short stack. He's got less than $200 behind, so we're just going to try to get there. The turn comes the Jack of Diamonds. No help for us. He checks to us, and I've got no fold equity given how short he has behind the stack. so I decided to just check it back and hope to see a card that improves us. The river is the deuce of clubs. Yuck. Somehow found a way to not get there. He rips it all in, and we're forced to fold with 6 high. Don't think calling here can be a profitable play ever, so we let this one go, and moving on. Next hand, pocket 9s with an under the gun straddle, and I'm in +1. I open up the action to $40, folds around to the button who 3-bets to 80. Folds back to me and facing a min 3-bets. This is the same player whom I just lost to last hand. Also, I've seen him min 3-bet before, and he folded to a 4-bet. So definitely doesn't have to be nutted here, but with pocket 9s out of position, we're going to just flat and see a flop. The flop comes 5-5-3, 2 spades, and here with an overpair, I check. He throws out a bet of $120, and he's got $400-ish behind. At this point, I feel like calling here is just out of the question. If we call, it kind of limits us and handcuffs us as to what we can do on the turn. There's a lot of turn cards we don't like, and at this point, I'm thinking either I'm ahead of a hand like Ace-X of spades, 2 random overs, or we can be totally behind a higher overpair. Folding is very much something I thought about, but jamming is always a lot more fun. So we take the higher fun play and rip it all in for about $500 total. He doesn't snap call, which is a really good sign. I think Queens plus or Ace King of spades is just gonna have to call this. But after thinking for quite some time, about a minute or so, he ends up making the call, and I'm not loving it. Going to a run out, the turn is a jack, the river is a deuce, so nice that spades did break out. So I show my hand, but we don't get any good news as he rolls over pocket 10s, and we value owned ourselves, and we pay him a total of $553. Welcome to another edition of Rampage Punts. Another edition of Rampage Punts, here we go. Hand following that, this time picking up Queen 10 of hearts in the small blind. There's a button limp and facing a very passive action. We're out of position. I decided to raise it up to $25 to play a hand. Only the big blind makes the call and the button limper folds, so not sure what the button is limping here, but going to play blind versus blind. Flop comes Queen 5-7, all spades. Top pair on this board texture, we're going to size to $15, which is pretty small. For the same reasons why I size small with pocket kings on the monotone board. Same reason here. I think calling ranges are going to call a small or big bet. So let's just see a turn when he makes the call for 15. The turn comes the king of clubs, not a card I like seeing. And here with second pair, I decided on a check. He throws out a bet of $25. I don't think I can fold for this price right now. Certainly can have the king of spades and we're just pretty much drawing dead, but I call 25 and we're going to a river. The river is the 10 of diamonds, so bailout, suck out city? Probably. Now with 2 pair, definitely going to put out a bet. I size up to $80 to potentially look like a missed spade draw. He doesn't think too long before making the call. We show our hand and he mucks, so probably sucked out against some sort of King X holding, but nice to win this pot. One of the last hands of this session, we look down at Ace-Jack of clubs in the cutoff. I open things up to $20 and we only get the big blind to call, so we're going heads up to a flop. Flop is 6-7-3, all spades. Once again, another monotone board, not in our favor. He checks, and with Ace-Jack high, we're just going to check it back and see a turn. The turn is the 9 of hearts, so it does bring in a few additional straight draws. He bets out $25, and for some reason, I don't really know what the reason is, I just didn't believe him in this instance, so I make the call for $25. I have Ace-Jack high, not a single draw for us, and we're going to need to fade some stuff. Off to a river, which comes the 10 of clubs. So decent-ish card, I guess. It's not a spade, and we do kind of block the nut straight holding a jack in our hands. Now he throws out another bet of $53, and I don't know, man. I don't really have a specific tell, but I just feel like he's full of it. And I really think that if I were to raise, it's just going to get him to fold. So yeah, let's just try to experiment with that. This might be a punt, but I put in the raise, or I tried to put in the raise to $200, but if you can tell from the video, I only grabbed 4 green chips and put them down. So effectively, this is only a min raise. So I'm forced to min raise to $106. Now we feel like an absolute idiot, and it seems like we just punted off $106 because I don't think anyone can fold. I don't even think any holding like a 9x or a 10x or I don't even know can fold to an extra $53. But no, somehow he finds a fold, mucks his cards, and we get this most ridiculous bluff I've ever made through, and I don't even know. But at the end of the day, if we're going to make these mistakes, we're probably going to have to leave because this one was pretty terrible, but somehow we luck boxed a fold and took this pot down.
All right, so we wrapping up the session. I have no words for that last hand that we went over. That was insane. I've never seen anything like that before. Never done anything like that before, and I can't believe it worked. But yeah, for how horrible we played, the results were not that bad. Somehow we got bailed out a little bit. So we were in the game for 1,300, played for 4.5 hours. Out of the game for 1195. That is an L of 105. And like I said, considering how horrible we played, it's actually not too bad at all. So night one in the books. Unfortunately, we couldn't book a win. We easily could have if we made a fold with the pocket nines hand against the tens. Thought I was gonna make the hero fold. It would have been a hero fold, but folding's a little boring, and that costed us a couple $100. So with that said, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Be excited for the next 2 videos. I'll probably be playing 2 more sessions here. Maybe mix in some 1-2, maybe some 2-5. We'll see whatever's available. And yeah, Mohegan Sun, good start. It could have been worse, I guess. Not a bad start. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.